to find ways to innovate. The haters would say, what can you do other than draft a best ball team? And yet we continue to disprove them.
Oh, there's a lot of great best ball content talking about strategy. We're going to go the other way and play rock, paper, scissors today to determine who's going to make the picks on the show. We also got some positive Trey Lance buzz, a huge contract for Cooper Kupp, one surprise news story, and who knows what surprises await right after this intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Splash Play, the fantasy football podcast for every game under the sun. And once again, I'm Chris Spags, joined by your friend of mine, Pete Overzet. Pete, how are you doing? And tell the people about what a hungry boy you are during the stream.
Wow, the things I tell you in confidence before we go online and then you just dox me. Yes, I'm going to have a salad delivered here in about 9 to 14 minutes. John is on the way with my guacamole greens from Sweet Green. So this show will get rudely interrupted by me going to pick up my $32 salad.
But if you want to see Pete look good on the stream, you need to get that man some salad. So please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, Pete's channel, the Splash Play channel. Tomorrow, the Spags solo stream returns once again. Who knows what hijinks I'll be getting up to. The tentative plan is to bring some margaritas to the table tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes on the Friday Splash Play channel, Spags solo stream. So go subscribe to the Splash Play channel now. Also, make sure to check out Football Outsiders. Lots of interesting content going on out there, breaking down some of the most snake-bitten franchises in the NFL right now to fill that offseason void before they start to dig in during training camp season. Football Outsiders Almanac coming out soon as well. Big book that's been out for a while. I think like 20 years is what they're going on, or somewhere in that range. But either way, it is one of the most important Bibles in the industry for people who have been longtime football analytics heads. So go check that out. But lots of good stuff coming up this summer at footballoutsiders.com as we try to map things out on there. But Pete, the big news that we wanted to hit on up top, of course, Cooper Kupp, the guy who everybody's going to be drafting this season, probably in fantasy football. You'd have to assume, unless you're in a very strange league that doesn't value the best receiver in the league right now. But he is going to be paid 3-year, $80 million extension, $75 million guaranteed, makes him the highest paid wide receiver on paper ever. I feel like, Pete, as fantasy guys, we just have to go, hey, good for you, Cooper Kupp. Thank you for all you've done. A tribute to that man, because really hard to argue both his real life impact, his fantasy impact. Like, he is probably number one on that list right now.
Yeah. I mean, massive payday. I always, I think it's fair to wonder, at age 28, how much pass production are you paying for? Obviously I think Cooper Kupp can have a monster year this year. I'm happy to draft him with any of those first few picks, but the salary cap is basically a figment of our imaginations anyway. So it's all just fun money. But it does feel like you're rewarding Cooper Kupp for his season last year. He was even in the MVP conversation for a little bit. So I'll be curious. We see some of these wide receivers who get older in their age, or their game ages really gracefully. And then there's others who can, fall off a cliff a little bit. So I think Cooper Kupp, because he doesn't quite rely on athleticism quite as much, that I could see his longevity extending for a few more years and kind of, maybe paying off this contract. But yeah, I think it's just interesting in the context of how wide receivers have just totally dominated this offseason, both in real life and in fantasy.
Yeah, and with all these other guys getting paid, you got to pay Cooper Kupp with the Rams trying to keep that championship window open as long as possible, getting Aaron Donald to stop doing the retirement teases he was doing to get the best deal he could. He signed for, I think, 2 years, $60 million. So, the Rams, this is what you got to do at this point if you're them anyway. But Cooper Kupp, if you're willing to pay him for pass production, I'm willing to kind of be along with that ride as well, just because the guy's done great things for us in fantasy. And I think for me, I'm with you on that point too about him aging, hopefully gracefully, a guy that can get into space, a guy that runs good routes, maybe loses some of that deceptive speed where he does break out 75-yard touchdowns that you don't see out of nowhere, but still probably enough targets, enough volume there to make it worthwhile. And Trey Lance, Pete, some of the buzz in the Fantasy Life newsletter today that I saw was the 49ers DC, D'Amico Ryans talking about Trey Lance. He's putting the ball in the money every time he throws. The accuracy is there. The deep ball is there. I'm excited for Trey and what he can do. He's setting himself up to have a real nice season. Also, a report from Peter Schrager of the NFL Network and a bunch of other things as well. I'll talk about everything that he's hearing out of San Francisco is that Trey Lance is making major strides, not only as a player, but as a leader in the building with Jimmy G not present. Pete, the headlines are almost so good that it feels like they're seeding these to the media just to be like, yeah, fuck you, Jimmy G. We are fully in on Trey Lance. But as somebody who's deeply invested in him, I set up my own exposure spreadsheet in Best Ball today, Pete. I am very happy about Trey Lance's ascension here in the cold months of June.
Wait, did you build your own spreadsheet from the ground up? Tell me you just used Dubner's.
So I was trying to use Dubner's. I didn't realize it was all manual entry, and I'm too lazy to do that. So I figured out a way to import an underdog CSV and make it do my stuff that I want to do. Because I was watching Ship Chasing yesterday. If you guys were watching that show, of course, a great show that Pete does with Corain and Gretch, and yesterday had Eric Beimfor on. I'm jealous of the Spike Week product. I don't see myself necessarily paying for it out of pocket right now, Pete. So I had to go and build my own on Excel.
This is where Spags does the classic non-plug plug. Great tools over there. I personally won't be paying for it. Eric Byford is a great guy, but yeah, it's a little rich for my blood. That was the most classic Spags plug ever.
This one I have a reason to, because as you know, Pete, Spike Week owned by Roto Grinders, owned by Better Collective, who I am not a fan of for reasons that we both know about in terms of rugging certain employment offers back in the past.
Yeah. Stay tuned for the full details of that story on Spags' solo stream tomorrow, sponsored by Sour Monkey IPAs.
Though the irony, though, is that I actually am doing one of the doing two of the Spike Week streams next week. Rob Coakley, King Coakley, of course, invited me not just to do his stream on Tuesday, but also the Royal Rumble of Best Ball that I saw. Pete, I didn't even know you were involved with that you were doing a Friday show to do that.
Wait, I'm doing what?
The Best Ball Royal Rumble?
Yeah, it's in a couple weeks. It's just an evening draft, right?
Yeah, it's a Friday evening draft, I think.
Yeah, I think they're just having us come swing by for like 5 to 10 minute spots during the draft.
Oh, is that what? Okay, so well, either
unless
way,
you got booked for the full hour. I mean, you're getting steamed up these days. I mean, they might have booked you for the full thing.
Look, everybody just wants a little taste of my refracted Pete Overzet spotlight. That's what we're going for. But no, Coakley asked. Like, I'm excited. Like, I like Coakley. He's a wrestling guy. He's also into best ball. I think they do a great streams over at Spike Week.
Hey,
I just only have so much money to go around, Pete. I got a baby. I can't be buying memberships.
That reminds me. I need to bring up. So the puppy draft we were doing last night on Ship Chasing, Spags, you found your way in it. I need to know a few things. One, was that a coincidence, or were you trying to time it to get in that draft? And two, were you fully always planning to do the Drew Lock troll pick? And if so, were you pissed that I sniffed that out from a mile away?
I wasn't planning on it, but then once you said it on the show, I knew that we have to pay off bits like that. And I actually
Chekhov's lock, I believe is what they call it.
Well, I gave you a little room at the end too, where like I waited to make the pick because I was still thinking like I was short one running back. I could have justified taking another tight end too, but I was like, I set up the double stack for Seattle, had a Jets bring back. So week 17 correlations, you guys discussed it at length, and I needed to get a little taste of my own with Drew Lock.
Spag, you also could have saved yourself hours apparently.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now from Dubner. I didn't see it on the Google sheet. Maybe I picked the V2 version instead of V3, but then I also
think it's on like V6.
Oh, is he? Oh, so I just grabbed the wrong one entirely then. But I was up till 2 a.m. coding. I put Luca to bed because I was up with him doing that draft. But then was coding on Excel till 2 a.m.
I love how you're calling it coding. Coding on Excel.
It is coding.
Get out of here.
VLOOKUPs and shit are hard, like index matching.
No, I can do VLOOKUPs and index matching, and I would never say I'm a coder. Get the fuck out of here.
There is no chance you could code the sheet that I coded up. I was hacking.
Get out of here.
I'm really good at VLOOKUPs, and like I'm very good at that stuff. I make my own DFS projection. Like I know, Pete, you don't give me enough credit. I'm a whiz at Excel. Some are saying.
Trust me, longtime listeners will remember back when you were hacking together your own Monte Carlo sim. So we're well aware of your Excel skills.
They brought me tremendous success, Pete, as we all know. And the last news item before we hop in this puppy draft, we're going to play rock paper scissors to determine who's making the pick at each round. We are going to talk briefly about Geno Smith, who the headline, Pete, Seahawks Geno Smith doesn't foresee any problems stemming from DUI arrest will be worked out. I missed Geno getting arrested for a DUI, but if anything, if we're going to tie this to the ship chasing Drew Lock themes that we just talked about, how could you trust Geno Smith at this point? He's reports bleary-eyed, stopped by the police. You can't have this guy playing QB for you. Just bring in Drew Lock, a fellow man who's going to be married soon, Natalie Newman, a beautiful woman who's going to keep him in line. Geno Smith, get out of town, buddy.
You just got like 3 straight roasts. Whiz at Excel, but can't enlarge the window. But he couldn't hack together a screen size adjustment for weeks. Excel Civ Savant, but can't size the browser window. Thank you all for highlighting that. Also, Spags, it's clear that you just have this Google alert set up for Drew Lock and Geno Smith. This isn't mainstream news. You're hunting every day to confirm your priors. There's no unbiased journalism happening here. Everyone knows Drew Lock isn't going to play this year. He's a dust ball. Geno Smith is their quarterback.
First of all, there's a big difference between Excel and sizing streams. So 2 different skill sets entirely. One's a production skill set. The other more of a, production developer kind of, really high-end software guy is really what I am with Excel. Second part of that, this actually is a sidebar headline on ESPN's NFL section, which is where I go to see if there's anything I missed that didn't bubble up.
All right, I'm going to get my salad. You vamp
Oh, we
here.
gotta start the draft.
Yeah, I'm going to get us into the draft.
Okay, get us into the draft.
All right, let's get in the draft. I'll be right back and start warming up. Do your calisthenics, your rock paper scissors calisthenics.
All right, so we're going to be today playing rock, paper, scissors on the stream. So you got to get your hands loose here. And the thing that Pete doesn't know right now, he's left the stream. He doesn't know that, in fact, when I graduated high school, I was one of the world's top 10 rock, paper, scissors champions. And you can look it up right now. You probably can't Google it. I don't know the rock, paper, scissors academies. Actually, I'm completely lying right now. Just wanted to fill the airtime. And also, I do want to intimidate Pete into thinking I am really good at it. But we'll find out the game theory optimal approach here. As you can see on the clock, we are thankfully not coming up right away, it seems. So we'll have a little bit of breathing room for Pete to get a taste of his sweet little salad.
You know that I have Bluetooth headphones, right?
That one time you left and then you left your headphones, you didn't hear what I was saying, and I was able to just give all sorts of tirades.
I would never believe that you're actually a champ. We do need to. Okay, this is actually a good. Being in the middle of the draft would be probably best for repeated rock paper scissors. But for what I'm thinking, so the form, no best out of 3 bullshit. So each pick is just rock paper scissors shoot.
Okay.
So the fourth one is the throw.
Okay, so we should just do it now then, so we know who's going to be picking.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Ready. First one. Ready?
All right.
Rock paper. Hang
scissors.
on. We got to get on board with the same cadence here. Just follow my cadence. Ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Fucking waiting until the very end. God, and hold your thing up to the camera so we can actually verify this.
What are you?
All right,
dude.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All
right, I get to pick.
Oh, great. So, hey, everybody, hope you see a lot of running backs flying off the board right now on Peach Stream. Hope you're happy for yourselves.
Loading up the queue, ready to go here.
Derrick Henry, of course, the man that everybody is dying to get. The counselor, I know, been touting him left and right. And Pete, he and I have some similar viewpoints on one Christian McCaffrey I've learned from you.
All right, I'll grab Diggs. Oh, no, Alex still has to pick. Let me have Diggs.
Don't take Diggs, Alex.
I'm taking him out of my queue. I don't want him. God damn it.
Alex also in the chat saying, hold your thing up to the camera, which was what you said out loud.
I can't. I'm not doing it with these guys. There you go. All right. We have to do go again here.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Fuck.
Also, I did beat you, but that was so shady because you went down on the fourth one as rock and then changed it to paper.
Well, no, because I started before you. There is a little bit of a delay. There's enough of a delay where I have to sync up with you. I think you gotta line yourself up first before you do the first bonk.
I'm never even gonna be able to eat this salad because I'm just gonna be dusting you in rock, paper, scissors the entire time.
Pete, it's rock, paper, scissors, not rock, paper, salad.
Keep workshopping that.
We also appreciate everybody here hanging out in the chat. So make sure you hit the like button whether you're watching on Peach channel or the Splash Play channel. Of course, come back, subscribe to the Splash Play channel. I haven't put the events up yet, but I will after this show ends. It's tomorrow. Spags solo stream coming up 2:30 Eastern on a Friday. Come hang out. Margaritas will be flying. Maybe multi-table and Pete. As you know, I do enjoy a good multi-table. Yesterday, ship chasing multi-table 3 at once just to make sure I got in the room. And it turned out I actually got in on the first try that I made.
I could tell you were multi-tabling because you weren't chatting until I specifically called you out. And then you're like, I got to get to the right window to chat.
I was actually feeding Luca while watching the finals, while watching AEW, while multi-tabling. So that led to a little bit of distraction and watching ship chasing, of course.
All right. Willis wants to see another Adam Samuel start. This is how we started last night. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can build a different Adam Samuel team.
I mean, at this point, Pete, I don't know if I'm going to have any say in what we're drafting, but I do love the Adam Samuel start. 2 of my highest exposed players, according to the Excel spreadsheet that I won't share with anybody. If you want a shared spreadsheet, you go to Michael Doomner. You want one that's coded with love and probably much less accuracy, you come to Spags.
All right, you want to get out in front of this next one here?
All right, let's do it. Fuck, I hate losing at this.
Hey, I just need you to do it a little fast. I'm gonna watch my cadence. This is a practice. I'm gonna go rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's the cadence. It's fast.
Okay. It's
ready?
So fast. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah, paper wins.
It still feels like you're going slow.
God. I feel like you're going slow.
Fine. My goal was someone in the chat said it was to win 17 rounds in a row. Then you win round 18 and force us into drafting Drew Lock.
I also did kind of flex my arm a little bit on that one just so I could kind of keep up with Pete here, who's showing off his guns, his chest hair on every stream now, wearing no dunks jerseys left and right. Just really, really playing to the audience here that's just looking for some hot TNA when they go across YouTube.
I can't believe I have to bonk you for objectifying me. My salad's up here, Spags.
As Pete chews his cud like a cow, make sure you are playing along on Underdog with us. Use the promo code SPLASH. Double your deposit up to $100. Let's see. Also, Pete, I am up to 90 entries on the puppy now, just for the record. And I don't know if I'm going to get in all 150. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
I think you will. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I know about your OCD, and I know you want to 150 max it. You're on record saying this. You've already shown a propensity for multi-tabling, ignoring your infant child, ignoring all your responsibilities to draft these. I know you're going to dig deep, and you're going to find a way to get there, even if it destroys your marriage.
I would say that the multitasking is a skill that I bring to the table here. And again, just a lot of sitting around waiting with a baby. Like Luca was watching ship chasing yesterday because it has bright colors. And also again Pete looking so sexy there. Luca just can't look away.
All right, Spags, this is of course your pick here coming up with our Adam Samuel start.
So here's the tough part is I don't want to reach too far ADP wise. I would like to get Darren Waller for that correlation, but I don't think that makes the most sense right now. I'm going to say, let's go Marquise Brown.
Okay. I like that. We're now going a little off our path last night because we started this and then did Waddle. So I like getting a little unique here. All right, let's throw again because we are picking here in a second.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it. You just really fucking backed me down on that one. You just won't get off your damn scissors. Always.
All right, fine. We can do the Waller thing here.
Okay. Is he gonna last? Okay. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's ADP 42. We got him at pick 40.
I like that. Okay, I can take that.
My bad. I was describing what was happening and didn't go back to the screen share.
I couldn't see it on the screen. I just had to take your word for it, but it was nice. Felt like being on an old AM radio station doing a best ball draft.
I just want everyone to appreciate everything I'm kind of juggling right now. I'm eating a salad. I'm beating Chris at rock, paper, scissors. I'm making the selections. I'm sharing the draft board. I'm bonking Spags for objectifying me, keeping an eye on the chat, waiting for the inevitable sex spots to come in. I got a lot going on right now.
And Pete's got a meeting too, so he's got a lot coming up on this show. Shout out to Trey, by the way. Trey Cuellar in the chat. I always try to give a shout out to people whose names I just don't see as often in our shows. Ties should just be auto draft is what he recommends, which, I mean, I think at a certain point, I guess if we ran out of the clock, if we just kept tying over and over again, then that's when we would go auto draft. But I think we got to have a winner. Like one man has to leave. It's got to be Thunderdome style.
Yeah, I mean, you joked about being a rock, paper, scissors champ, but I was in the lab for rock, paper, scissors when a friend of mine, Pete Manzanelli, participated in the gambling Olympics a few years back. One of the events of the decathlon or whatever was rock, paper, scissors. So I've read some rock, paper, scissors game theory articles before, Spags, and I might be, reaching deep into that knowledge repertoire here on you today.
I mean, it's paying off for Pete so far. He is up 3 rounds to 1 here. Inevitable sex spots. Shout out NSFW HD, of course, where you could see women that are cheaper than Tinder. And that's the thing. Whoever is doing this bit is committed because it is like every stream now.
And I'm telling you, I say it every time. They're playing a dangerous game. One of these days, I'm just going to be juggling a lot and snap block them. And their precious new Google account that they created just to do this bit is going to be ruined.
Also, one of my friends is actually watching the show right now and texting our group text about me making jokes about Excel and coding. So I'm getting ribbed, not just actually on the stream, not just in the chat, but in my real life with my high school best friends.
Good. You deserve it. All right, hang on. Rock, paper, scissors for this pick.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Suck it.
Fucking cocks.
God, you suck at rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, look, it's been a long time since I was a world champion. So I think those skills don't stay sharp like the scissors do.
Yeah, Yeah, what were the other events that I had to get good at? It was Connect 4, put some time in the
That
lab
I'm
on
really
that.
good at. That is one I actually
Are
am
you?
very good at. Yeah.
Connect 4 is fun. Also Yahtzee, but that's way more of a um luck based game. There's a little strategy there. A little strategy.
Yeah, I've
I
never been
know
like a
Alex Berg is
craps
gonna
guy.
snipe me.
Like Yahtzee's fun, but like dice games not for me.
Not a dice guy, huh?
No, not a dice guy. I mean, maybe if you're doing it in an alleyway on a cardboard box, that's kind of authenticity I'd be looking for.
All right, I'm gonna keep staying on brand. I mean, I'm begging other people to take Brees Hall, but you're gonna let him slide to pick 57. I'm hammering him.
No, I like Brees Hall. I've actually been trying to get more. I've actually been digging more on Player Profiler just to kind of get a read on some of these guys and see really if I'm like completely wrong about some of them, like Velas Jones. Like, oh, does he actually maybe do some stuff that's good? But anyway, let's go.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors,
shoot.
shoot.
All right.
Rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Yay,
Ooh, he's
scissors!
back. What is it? 4-4-2, I think, is the
Yes, it
head-to-head
is 4
standings
2
right
right
now.
now.
Yeah.
But honestly, the picks you're making are ones that I like. So this has been actually one of the more pleasant drafts I think we've done on a stream in a while.
Well, I've just learned a lot from you as a best ball thought leader, and I feel like just kind of a mind meld now. I'm just, I've learned how to draft good.
Mike in the chat saying, our Spags friends from high school currently in high school. Summer's here, so they can now watch live. If I don't think I could. The only high school kid I hang out with is Bolick, and I guess it's mostly in an online venue. But no, these are friends who are my age from high school, so we are all adult men watching people play rock paper scissors. Apparently, on the stream.
Leave it to our accountant to have the actual receipts on this rock paper scissors. Willis, add it to just kind of the master spreadsheet. Spags, it's your turn to pick.
Oh, Drake London.
Love it.
Correlation. I'm a believer in week 17 correlations, even if there are some people poking holes in it right now. Is Josh Norris the one who's really going anti, by the way? Like,
wait, hang on. Let's be very clear with how we define this. There are people who hate that it's a conversation, but no one has poked a hole in it yet. I'm still waiting to see anyone show their work on why week 17 doesn't matter, but I have yet to see it.
Well, so who's leading the anti-charge? Because I feel like the chat yesterday on Ship Chasing was talking about like Norris being really worked up when I think Davis, your randomizer guest for tonight, was on his show talking about week 17 correlations. And I don't know. Like I don't keep my ears to the streets as well as you do.
I think it's Norris and Ian Hartitz has been pushing back against it as far as the more vocal. I don't know what it would be. I don't really know who's I'm pretty sure the week 17 bros are still the minority, but maybe we're the loud minority.
Or maybe you guys are just making up imaginary characters who are like, oh, they hate week 17 correlations, but we're the ones who are defending.
No, I mean, there's honestly some truth to that. Like this stuff gets blown out of proportion because it's like there's two pieces of content. One person subtweets another person, and then it seems like it's this big thing, and it's like there's just 4 people talking about this.
I mean, look, I think what you got. So first of all, the ship chasing conversation was actually very interesting yesterday with Eric Beimfor and the guys talking through it yesterday. But I also thought your guys' point about, and I think it was Beimfor in particular talking about it, like people are dumb and arrogant and don't listen to things. And I know you see it a lot in some of these drafts if you do enough of them, if you are trying to max out the puppy or best ball mania or whatever. But like, I agree with that take that I don't trust people. Like, let people beat you then with week 17 correlations. Like, I'm not going to sweat guys being steamed up, even though T. Higgins, honestly, probably a little bit too high just because of the correlation.
Yeah. All right, let's go again here.
Oh, okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it.
All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes!
Damn it.
Pete just cannot beat me 3 in a row. And now a 2-round win streak for old Spags. Can't see the board, though, just for the record.
I'm tilting a little bit because there's a slight lag on yours every time. So it feels like you're cheating, even though I know you're a man of integrity.
You know, I wouldn't cheat in this. I'm just sweating it out each time. I'm ashamed of being embarrassed playing rock, paper, scissors on a stream after being embarrassed playing fantasy football on streams for so long. What's the board or what's the player list, rather? Okay. Oh, okay. We got some options. All right. I'm thinking Elijah Mitchell for the Niners game, but we do need to take a QB at some point, and we are in the ideal zone. But we don't have Denver.
We have no stacking stuff in this range. So I don't mind waiting.
Yeah, I think
But it is your pick. You won.
let's go Elijah Mitchell. Let's go Elijah Mitchell. The issue with this pick is that it feels like it kind of takes us out of doing Trey Lance, but
no, completely disagree.
Really? See, I would rather get Trey Lance with like Samuel and Kittle or Samuel and Ayuk. Yeah.
Of course, in a perfect world, but it does not preclude you from taking Trey Lance whatsoever.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. We can also probably wait on Carr too, but I get going for somebody there.
Well, the only thing, the reason, and especially too, is because I think Trey Lance represents the end of like the mega upside tier. You know, if Trey Lance was, say we had Dolphins running back and Dolphin were like debating about getting two or whatever, but it's like Trey Lance does give us access to that insane upside that we're gonna want. We do need to throw here, so
yeah,
to
okay,
debate this out. Ready?
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. God damn it.
Ooh, 3 in a row. Ooh, who could stop the world champ?
We're on the clock, 23
so
seconds.
Here's the issue. We could do I think it's time for Tyler Lockett, in fact.
You're going to do Tyler Lockett over Trey Lance.
I know, but we got the Jets. We got Breece Hall, week 17 correlation.
We also have 2 Niners and 2 Raiders.
Take Trey Lance. I'll let you do it.
Did I just pull you out of your right?
With my rock, paper, scissors dominance for the record.
What a bait. I got bullied out of his pick.
No, I'm a charitable partner in podcasting. I'm not going to steamroll. I would have liked to have gotten Tyler Lockett there. Sure. Get that Jets Seattle game that nobody's talking about besides me. I'm just out here holding up sandwich boards like the guy with the sign meme.
I mean, the thing that it's like, maybe, trust me, I get the Lockett, Breece Hall correlation, but I know that that's just a cover for you trying to set up a justifiable Drew Lock selection later. And I had to overrule that.
Well, the issue too is like we're now kind of boxed out of logical Seattle bringbacks. Like, I think Rashad Penny will probably be there for us at some point, but I don't want to correlate him with Hall. I'd rather get one of the receivers. And now it's like we take Noah Fant or we take nothing for Seattle. And that's the part that really gets me. That's the part that gets my goat.
But see, this is kind of a lot of what we were talking about last night too, of like, and yes, you can make the case Lockett was at a fair price there. It wasn't reaching, but I also don't think that you need to use every premium pick on that correlation and getting access to that correlation deeper and in cheaper ways. And like you said, Rashad Penny and Noah Fant, I think are still really good correlation picks that are much cheaper.
I'm also personally at a point, again, going through my exposure spreadsheet that I hacked into and got all the results I wanted to see. And I have so much Trey Lance, and I have Trey Lance coming in a lot at, where is he? I'm getting him usually at the 97 hole. So you're taking a little high.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got him.
Finally, the win streak had to end at some point, I suppose.
Let's see if you now are going to bully me back.
Oh yeah, that's what I like to do on the show. I mean, well, we do have Zach Ertz there. If you want to take another tight end, you got the Derek Carr correlation. You got a lot of ways to go here. Derek Carr seems more logical.
This is I don't really want to take Derek Carr. And there he goes.
Oh, he's gone. Okay, never mind.
I believe let's see here. I'm gonna take Chase Claypool because I like Chase Claypool.
Silva's
I said right before Alex is even picked. Alex is gonna take Chase Claypool. Enjoy him.
Silva's been touting Claypool. I saw on YouTube Shorts that he's like saying that he would fade Deontay Johnson and go to Claypool, which that was an interesting take, and you can kind of see the logic.
Claypool is definitely getting steamed up a little bit. I mean, he was maybe a round cheaper than this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
I still think he's such a nice pick in this range. And I think both Deontay Johnson and Chase Claypool can deliver at cost. I just think it's way, way easier for Claypool to outperform his current ADP than it is for Deontay Johnson, probably. All right. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Damn it. Can't see which pick I get to bully you out of now.
What's the final record? Or not the final record, but what's the ongoing record? Willis, please update me. I think I'm in the lead.
I bet it maybe I'm up 1 or it's tied.
I think
we've done We've done 10. It might be tied.
Okay, it might be. I think I might be up one now. I think it's 6-4.
Wow, Alex, this is what happens. A tale as old as time.
Can I see the screen, Pete?
Yes,
Stop.
sorry.
Stop your psychological warfare. All right, we should take a running back. I mean, look, we got a lot of great youth on the team. I think we need some experience to help guide that with one Melvin Gordon.
Fuck.
And I will not back down.
Over James Cook?
Yes. I have a lot of Bills backfield. We're fading Cincinnati Buffalo. We're saying that these fools going after that week 17 correlation for that game are idiots.
Well, guess we'll get my first share of Melvin Gordon.
Yay, Melvin. Did you see that he replied to somebody who was like a fantasy person who was like, don't take Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon's like, why not?
I did see that.
He's likable.
I mean, Melvin Gordon's such a good pick because he'll probably be good like weeks 1 through 7. And then he'll get fully benched because Javonte Williams is insane. And then, when it matters the most, Melvin Gordon will be getting 4 touches a game. I think it's a great selection.
Or Javonte Williams will just be super soft this year. He's not ready for the bright lights. Melvin Gordon, that's why they brought him back. He's flirting with the Ravens. They're like, we can't let him get away. And then here we are.
All right, let's go. It is all knotted up at 5, as Willis says here. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yeah.
There is something like Rock is obviously dominant, but there is something like hurtful about getting scissored. Like, I knew I just had to let that one. I wasn't on purpose, but
you just can't help yourself. The thing is with you, Spags, it's like even things that aren't necessarily sexual, the way you deliver them sounds just hyper-sexualized.
Sure, I am a very erotic person. That's what people always say when they watch my
word for
fantasy shows. I bring the fantasy to fantasy football.
Stop.
People think it's a greased up Pete Overzet doing streams like he's fucking 80s Hulk Hogan, but no, it is in fact me bringing the erotic qualities.
Can't wait to see what you have lined up for tomorrow. I also like how you've escalated to having like a casual beer on stream. I'm slinging margaritas, baby. Happy hour with Spags.
Truthfully, we're out of Diet Coke, we're out of White Claw, we're out of beer now. I don't foresee getting any before tomorrow. So we have tequila and we have the Sipple Sack. So,
Mookie, this is a great suggestion. I literally just wrote down that I will do this. Get us a bonk emo. What Spags, is this one mine?
Yeah, this one's yours.
Okay.
I think we just did it early for once that cycle, which, gotta keep people on their toes, I guess.
Alex, you can return the favor? He returned the favor. There's your little Breece Hall, Seattle, New York Jets. There you go, Spags.
Just a game where they're running it back and forth. No passing allowed for the Jets in Seattle in week 17.
There you go.
Bullock tilting in chat, by the way.
What is Bullock saying? Are you this behind? What? Did you guys had to head to the DMV or something? Why weren't you here on time, Bullock?
Yeah, Bullock had to go and grab the license out of his safe for his beloved partner.
Yeah, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
This is paper.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying what this was to me. Yeah, it is my first time playing.
I didn't feel like it was fully on camera. Like I felt like I was kind of like just 2 fingers there. Joe Morgan saying, do shots after every pick. If you want to see me die on a stream.
That sounds something great for Spags' stream.
We did do that power hour last time. Maybe we could bring that back.
Hey, God, I hate to say the quiet part out loud, but is Bullock a simp?
He might. I mean, he's carrying licenses around. He's probably just carrying the purse. Like, I think is what that is.
Oh my goodness, Bullock.
Bullock is a character. Like we've really started to get a lot of characters in the chat, like Mathology, Bullock. I feel like a lot of people bringing their A game, and I appreciate it personally.
God, it's really hard to focus on this draft right now. Lots going on in the chat.
It was very fun chat. We appreciate all you guys hanging out. Of course, Splash Play is Monday and Thursday, 2:30, and Fridays the solo stream with me, 2:30 on the Splash Play channel exclusively, not on the podcast feeds. And also, if you want to be generous today, go give us 5 stars and review an Apple Podcast for Splash Play. We haven't pushed that in a while, and frankly, it'd be nice to start to spike that up as we head into the season. So you can help us out. Go to Apple Podcasts, 5 stars and a review would be swell, I'd say.
Spags, I'm going to do an olive branch back to you because I did bully you off one of your picks. I, of course, rightfully did earn this selection, but I feel like this is a bit of a choose your own adventure pick with our current team. I want your input on this selection.
I think we take Hardman for the Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. And I was also saying, like, why this feels like a bit of a ship chasing room. The wide receivers are kind of flying off here. Our next jump is to a wide receiver with a 143 ADP.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we got a good wide receiver group, though. Like, for a very heavy wide receiver draft, like, we got a good group, I think, by going early, which thank you, Pete. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I don't always draft wide receivers, but when I do, it's with my wide receiving loving pal, Chris Spags.
Look, I actually have I'll do the math real fast. By do the math, I mean pull up the sheet that I already did the math. I have 52% zero RB, 40.5% anchor RB, and then the build that I'm calling RB lover, I have 7.6% currently.
Okay. All right. It's respectable.
Yeah. I couldn't quite figure out how to get to hyper fragile and that stuff when I was coding, and I just said RB lover felt like a good way to land there.
Bullock says the only thing I simp for is structural drafting, structural simp through to my core. Yes, we simp the structures. We stand the zero RB. Go off, Queen. Go off.
Other findings from my exposures, Pete, 75 or 79% elite tight end. I'm taking a tight end in the first 5 rounds, 79% of the time currently.
Again, when you say the phrase another thing from my exposures, it sounds like you should be on a watch list somewhere and not allowed within a 100-foot radius of an elementary school. Let's go.
Compete for my honor. All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh, tough scene.
I guess we maybe need to do odds and evens. More of a numbers guy.
Yeah. Well, this just to let you guys know how the sausage gets made. Initially I thought we could just do a wheel and spin it each time Pete Spags and let the randomizer decide it. But then I said, no, I need to enter a game where I could also psychologically wear down and outwit Spags. Enter rock, paper, scissors.
Well, it was also one of those things, and Willis accused me earlier of throwing shade at the randomizer. I'm excited for Pete doing the randomizer, and in fact, one thing we always talk about is like, oh, how can we make this make sense? And I felt like Pete doing the wheel twice in one day, maybe a little bit OD, but could be like a good promotional tool. So, we went with
you were very respectful, Spags. You said if you want to use this as an on-ramp for promotion, or if you're worried that it's cannibalizing it, I do appreciate your content mind. It was very thoughtful of you.
Thank you. See, well, look at this. We came to this one going head-to-head dueling, and instead we've been brought closer together.
No, you could still just fuck off forever. All right, let's see here. I kind of am just interested in Irv sliding 10 picks past ADP here.
I don't mind. We can get a Green Bay guy late too, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, let's get Irv. I feel like Irv and Waller is a nice 2 tight end build pairing there.
Irv is one of those guys I feel like I never get. I don't know why, but he just never kind of lines up with where I'm trying to take guys.
I'm pretty in on Irv just with the thesis of, Thielen maybe regressing a little bit in the red zone and Irv taking on a bigger role and just not being all that impressed with KJ Osborne. All right, let's go.
Oh, yep.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, again. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Back on the board.
He's back. So right now we have a 1-4-6-2 build going. We're done at tight end. We have Trey Lance at running back, Breece Hall, Eli Mitchell, Melvin Gordon, Rashad Penny, wide receivers, Adam Samuel, Marquise Brown, Drake London, Chase Claypool, Mecole Hardman, and our tight ends, Waller and Irv Smith.
See, I kind of wish we'd taken Alec Pierce last round because it does feel like this would be a nice Matt Ryan spot, and we don't have anything else at QB right now. I think let's take Algier and be done at running back.
Yeah, I like that. Get our 2 Atlanta guys there. Yeah, I think that this is good for a 5 running back build. And then for our quarterback options, we obviously have, Mariota. You could do this would be a build. I think you could do My preferred way to do it, even over Mariota, would be like a Pickett Ritter build. Do a 3 QB build where you're kind of taking 2 shots on thinner bets there. Just an option for us in our back pocket, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to avoid the 3 QB builds again, kind of trying to follow some of the lead on the road of his articles that I actually was spending some time catching up on today while I was coding up my Excel, so I knew exactly where the metrics were to hit accordingly. But I do think in this spot we've kind of been bled out of any stacks that would have been nice. So I think just taking some of those guys that line up with the guys we already have in the room seems like it makes sense. I thought that was one thing that you guys talked about yesterday on chip chasing. That was interesting too, was kind of building backwards. I think Bime Force said, with like trying to get some of those guys in. And it feels like we're going to be forced into that one here of building backwards with our second QB or third QB.
Josh says, this is torture. Nowhere in Europe will let me do BBM drafts. Unless you're there for like an extended stay or work trip, I'm begging you to log off and enjoy the sights.
Look, I think this is a great thing. When you're in Paris, having a great time, just go see Splash Play. All right.
You would be ripping puppy drafts in Paris. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah, it's covering up that rock.
God.
What's the score now? I feel like it's like 8-7. Is that right? All right.
All right. So we're down to quarterbacks. And wow. This is the furthest I've seen Deshaun Watson fall, but it's like every day he falls another 10 spots in ADP, it feels like.
People just do not trust that. I know you had in the Fantasy Life newsletter some rumors with Watson, perhaps Jimmy G trade for the Browns. Let's see. I think let's go John Mechie. Well, you wanted to take the rookie QBs, right? So we should take, I don't even know.
It's your picks, Spags.
Let's do Sammy Watkins. Minnesota, Green Bay.
No, I know. I don't care. I was going to take Wandale just because I like him. But, dude, you're such a slave to the correlation. This week 17 stuff is so overblown. Just take Wandale.
Again, if we had gotten Daniel Jones that last round, the issue is like we haven't taken the QB before the stack at any point, and I feel like that's the one weakness this room has provided is just like taking those guys.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got him. Maybe I still will get Wandale.
Hate it. I mean, I don't hate Wandale. I hate losing at rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, okay. Just clarifying.
Yeah, that's fine. Tyler saying Watkins making Pete spag all over the desk.
What? Ew.
I don't know.
Let's not make spag a verb. I really would like to not make that a verb. All right, so we're locked into well, I guess we're not locked into 3 QBs if there's something else we want to do, but I think that's a fun angle on this team.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be stacked, right, for these 2 QBs. I guess if we get Pickett.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Pickett. And so this is like, let's have this conversation because the reason, so in a 3 QB build, the reason I'm with you, I don't like to go 3 QBs. So the reason I would want to do that is if we can access massive upside with also a unique player that's not often drafted. And did you just pull this comment up? Wow, look at you in producer mode. And so I think Ritter actually fits that bill. Whereas like with Mariota, I wouldn't want to do Mariota as a QB3 because it's like, I think he's be holding on for dear life for the job, probably not playing when it matters the most at the end of the season. Why not use that as a YOLO QB spot? That said, I think we could also pivot to a QB wide receiver pairing that's left. Like we could do the Mac Jones, Kendrick Bourne, or Thornton. We could do the Jared Goff and God knows what wide receiver on Detroit is still left. But like we could back it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm more inclined to go the 2 QB route. I do believe more in Marcus Mariota than you do. I think he can hold that job off for a year. I don't think Ritter's ready for prime time yet. But I think your logic is fine. And I've 8.2% Marcus Mariota as I'm learning looking at the sheet right now. So I have more than enough Mariota to justify going the other way.
All right, let's do I mean, we battled it out, but only one person will get to pull the trigger. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes.
Okay, go. All right, you're on the clock.
Marcus Mariota.
Are you serious? Seriously?
Yeah. I don't believe in Desmond Ritter. It's Marcus Mariota town. You can't spell ATL without a limitless Marcus Mariota.
Why do you half the players you've selected on our team aren't even going to be starting in the playoffs? This is disastrous.
Who's not going to be starting in the playoffs?
Melvin Gordon.
He'll be getting some goal line touches and 3 catches like he always does.
No, we're not saying that, Bullock. We're not saying that.
We do spag for Mariota. That's true. If you're gonna spag for anyone, a dual threat QB getting a second chance, a new lease on life in Atlanta. Oh.
Final rock, paper, scissors. God, I need to save this. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Suck it, nerd. Did we tie? Did we go 9-9?
All right. What's the last pick?
You know what, Pete? I care about you. I want you to feel happy here, feel good about the draft. So I'm going to say, let's take Kenny Pickett.
Well, my whole thesis for the Kenny Pickett was in conjunction with Ritter, but whatever.
I should have said Drew Lock. Just a naked Drew Lock for week 17.
Can I give a shout out to this draft room for absolutely ripping these picks? I mean, Spags, we blew through this. I'm gonna have time to eat my salad, look presentable for my meeting in a few minutes.
Yeah, how are we gonna hit an hour mark, Pete? We can't do it. It's impossible.
Yeah, Spags, go live on the Splash Play channel for 15 minutes after hours.
Wow. Let's not forget who the hard worker is. Go subscribe to the Splash Play channel right now, because I'll be doing streams on Fridays. Pete, you got to rope him in for a 5-minute session on Spike Week to get him going on a stream on a Friday. But I'm doing one tomorrow. Who knows how many hours? Who knows? Could be all night.
What was your question, Bullock? I missed it. I was too distracted by the fact that you're driving your girlfriend all around town to her pedicures.
That's all you saying. Spagging it. Paul saying, "Are you going to spag our team?" I don't want your team spagged.
Got spagged. New name.
How about got spagged and rock, paper, scissors? I think would have been more appropriate.
No, that was a pretty even battle. And I think I would have dusted you IRL.
Well, tell the people what's going on with Randomizer, because I want to make sure we get the good plug in, because obviously that is coming up in a few hours here. Davis Maddock going to be on the return of Randomizer, and I presume that might be what you're meeting about, is getting ready, getting your final production touches ready to go.
Wow, Bullock is a paid actor here to help me promote all of my stuff in the VIP program. Yeah, ship chasing. Randomizer draft tonight at 7 p.m. I'm very, very excited. We're also rolling out completely new production for it. I'm not using StreamYard. I'm working with Jordan from Fantasy Life. We're going to be, we got a bunch of scenes made up for it. It's going to have a fresh look and feel. It also feels a little bit like a tightrope act because we're getting it on our feet for the first time. So I'm not saying there might not be some hiccups along the way, but it's going to be fun. It'll be chaotic. It'll be messy. It'll be a blast. We're going to make Davis do all kinds of crazy stuff. I believe he said he's got a skateboard ready for the show tonight. So who knows what will happen with that. And then, yeah, to become a VIP, Bullock, I know you're a ship chasing VIP. It's the same process, just becoming a YouTube member on my channel. And I believe the randomizer tier is $3.99 a month. And then you'll get access to that randomizer channel. And then I create a private draft for these. I'm not going to, destroy the puppy where we take Patrick Laird in the second round. So it will be a private 12-man league. I share that link in the Discord, and those VIPs get first come, first serve at all that sweet, sweet EV. I will say, if you were tilted about week 17, getting in the randomizer draft, it's a self-contained 12-man league. This is where you can really just jam the best players and not worry about correlation.
It's very exciting. Why is Davis bringing us? Is he going to do some kick flip McTwists on the street?
Literally, yes. Those are some of the prompts.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I know Davis looks like a skater boy, but I didn't know he was a skater boy. Otherwise, I would have said, "See you later, boy."
Stop it. In the stream.
On that note, people wanted some sausage, but let's let Pete eat his salad. Come back for randomizer. Randomizer is 7:30, Pete. What's the time?
7 Eastern.
7 Eastern. Come back on Pete's channel for randomizer. Come back tomorrow, 2:30. Splash Play Spags solo stream. Going to be hanging out there, doing a couple drafts, maybe multi-tabling. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The margaritas are going to guide me there. Pete, any final words before we call it quits? Besides, people should go leave us 5 stars in a review on Apple Podcasts.
Spags, I think we drafted a good team. I think we really reached across the aisle to kind of ignore our differences and come together. And yes, I think we should find other ways to square off. I'm trying to think what else we could do within 30 seconds to determine who gets the pick, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, we'll be back Monday at 2:30.
Yeah, Monday 2:30. Pete and I will be back. I'll be here tomorrow or 2:30, and then I guess the next time on Monday, be doing Ookie Cookie for 30 seconds. You don't know Ookie Cookie? You probably don't want to know Ookie Cookie if you don't know Ookie Cookie.
Spags.
Follow Peter Overzet.